Hey everyone, it's Norm from Tested. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. And to wrap up this week on the site, we have another model making show and tell for you. So as some of you who watch our channel may know, one of my hobbies and obsessions is collecting, posing, and photographing 6th scale action figures from companies like Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys. I have a bunch from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a bunch from Star Wars, but something I realized recently was I actually don't have your classic Stormtrooper in my collection. And so I went online searching for a bunch of options, and there are a bunch out there with all sorts of different styles, from your classic original trilogy Stormtrooper to your Death Troopers from Rogue One to the new Remnant Stormtroopers from Mandalorian. But I just wanted your classic original trilogy Stormtrooper. And it turns out Bandai actually has, in 6th scale, a model kit for a Stormtrooper. And so that's what I picked up. Very reasonably priced. You can find them online for about $50 to $60 and assembled in very much the same way. Snap fit, no glue required. All you need are some good nippers, flush cutters, and a little bit of time, and very easy to put together. So that's what I did, actually put this kit together last weekend on about a 2-hour live stream, and very pleased with the result. Although you can tell, at this price point, the kind of detail and fidelity doesn't quite get up to what you get on a Hot Toys figure, but still very posable. And something that I also really enjoyed was the process of putting it together and appreciating, again, Bandai's just meticulous injection molded parts, just perfect press fit, and all that engineering that goes into the internal structure as well as the external details. It's one of those things that, when I'm putting together a Gundam, for example, I regret a lot of that detail never makes it to the surface. If you're putting together a master grade or a perfect grade Gundam, there's so much of that internal structure, what allows for the articulation, a lot of just detail that's in universe, but made to be covered up. And again, you're only appreciating it as part of the fun of putting it together. Now, there are a couple companies that sell some display kits that allow for you to showcase the internal and external structures. In fact, if you Google Inforce Studio, and I have a link in the description, they sell a really cool display for PG Gundam, where you can actually have the entire figure, the armor, on a separate plane as the internal structure, kind of hanging on these acrylic sheets. Really neat system. And looking at that, it made me want to try something in that vein, something inspired by that for this Stormtrooper character. Maybe not exactly the same as this kind of hanging armor look, but something kind of like an exploded diagram, but in physical 3D form. So this weekend, that's what I set out to do. I actually took apart the Stormtrooper model kit using some iFixit spudgers, and actually it was a little difficult because of how well the pieces snap fit together to take it apart, but then not only just take it apart, but look at where I could retain some of the assembly, some of that substructure assembly, but then also have the exterior armored parts kind of separated, distanced a little bit from that subframe. And the result is, well, what you see here. It's a little bit of a modification, a little bit of an art project almost, but this is my exploded diagram view of a Stormtrooper. And I chose to have him in this falling pose. So he's actually kind of falling apart right now, down to the blaster split in half as well. But you can see that the armor pieces are sticking out from the core armatured joint pieces. And to do that, it was super simple. I just bought some wire, some straight wire. Actually, this is floral wire at 22 gauge. It's matte black, and with some standard wire snippers, just cut them to maybe centimeter, 2 centimeter in length, and then just super glued them to the pieces here, and use some super glue kicker, with a small eyedropper, just so you can have some precision quick curing of those wired pieces, and then slowly reassembled this model kit, but in this exploded diagram view. And I'm really, really pleased with how this came out. It's one of these things where the articulation still is maintained, so I can carefully still pose it in this. But it has this wonderful attribute where if I do a turnaround of it, just every angle, it's revealing something different. And if I step back a little bit, I can tell it looks like a Stormtrooper. It has the same silhouettes of the Stormtrooper. It has the same form, but as I get closer, then it starts looking a little bit weirder. Like it's not quite a robot. What are these panels that are coming off of it? And the wire is actually really nicely hidden with the different angles. So it doesn't look, it looks a little bit more like they're floating in space. It doesn't actually look held together by the wire. So this is, again, just my take on an exploded diagram physical view of this model kit. I'm really pleased with it. And again, this model kit, not expensive at all, 50 to 60 bucks. It's fine as a posable figure, well recommended, a lot of fun to put together, but I think this is how I'm going to be displaying this from now on. And if you want to take a stab at doing this, I'd love to see your efforts and pictures. Please share them with us. Again, all it took was a little bit of wire, some super glue, some snips, and some super glue kicker to put this together in just a couple hours. Hope you enjoy this model. We'll be doing more model making projects, more fun projects coming on the site this week. Thank you as always for watching. Thank you for supporting us, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching that entire video. If you would like to support Tested even further, well, I'm here to tell you that you could become a member. If you follow the links below, you'll see there are several tiers of membership depending on how much you'd like to pay and how much access you would like to me and the Tested team. And membership comes, as always, with some excellent benefits, including questions that I'll answer in live streams. The questions have been so amazing, and exclusive videos and exclusive content. Follow the links below, and we will see you next time.